Hi, I'm Karl Principal Broker at Klein May Realty. Thank you for joining me for another Q&A with Klein May. Today our topic is something that is extremely important and can often be a whole second round of negotiations in a contract, and that is the home inspection. During COVID and immediately after, where the market got so hyper competitive, a lot of buyers were foregoing the protection of a home inspection and making offers without that contingency. That's a very dangerous thing to do. Now we've kind of gotten back to a more normalized situation where most offers include a home inspection contingency in some form or another. So I think it's important to just go over the basics of that because it can be a real hurdle sometimes if it's not handled properly. The thing to remember from the buyer's side is a home inspection is an extremely thorough process. That inspector will probably spend close to 3 hours in the house, take all kinds of pictures, and send you a beautiful digital report, which will be basically a homeowner's manual for your house. The difference between that, though, and what our contract calls for as far as things a buyer could ask the seller to repair is a big difference. The only things eligible for a buyer to ask for are things that are considered a material defect, something that would cause a reasonable person to not buy the house. So they can't ask for older mechanical systems to be upgraded if they're still working properly. They can't ask for things in an older house to be brought up to current code. They can't ask for improvements, essentially. They can ask for significant repairs, but not improvements. But all the rest of that stuff in the home inspection report is great information for the buyer as they live in and maintain that house. So typically the buyer has an inspection. If there are some eligible items that they're concerned about, they'll prepare a punch list. Buyer's agent will deliver that to the seller's agent and a negotiation will begin. If everybody comes to terms, that's great. That gets written up and signed. We move forward with the seller promising to make whatever repairs were on the list. If we can't come to an agreement within a specified time frame, then the buyer is in control. The buyer can decide, am I going to move forward with what's on the table right now, or am I going to terminate and find another house? If that happens, typically the buyer will get their earnest money deposit back because that was a contingency built into the contract. They had that right to terminate if things didn't go well. And then they would have to move on and find another house. The one area where we can sometimes get into trouble is where folks ask for things on that punch list that aren't appropriate. They're cosmetic items, they're matters of preference, they're improvements or upgrades. But they ask their agent to put it on the list anyway. The seller refuses to do them because they're not part of this contingency, and then because of that refusal, the buyer may think, well, hey, now I can get out. And that's not the case. The buyer can only get out if the seller refuses to make a repair that does fall under that definition of deficiencies. I hope that helps explain it and make that hurdle a little bit easier to get past. Our coffee today is from Crucible Coffee in Stanton. We like that place a lot. Great coffee shop, great place to work. We got one of their slow pours, which is a pour over style coffee, and this one is from Nicaragua. Super good, super strong, intense. I'm drinking that without any cream or sugar, and it's a really good, strong, but not bitter cup of coffee. Like it a lot. I would encourage you to give those folks a try. If you've got a coffee you'd like to see me try here, or if you've got a real estate question for me, please send that to me at questions@kleinmay.com. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.